These days, the Mac has a pretty respectable 20% market share, but Safari only has 8.9%. That means a lot of Mac people are using Google Chrome instead of Apple's own web browser. Here's why they're wrong. So Apple markets its products as being seamlessly integrated with each other and very privacy forward. And because the web browser is such a core component of what you do on your computer every day, you have a lot to gain by using Apple's own. Number one, memory and performance. Chrome is a notorious power drain and memory hog. If you have a MacBook Air with 8 gigabytes of memory, your computer is probably suffering from using Google Chrome. The more memory Chrome takes up, the less that's available for everything else running on your computer. If one app is taking up too much memory, other apps get pushed out, and that significantly slows down your computer. And it's not just Chrome itself. Other web apps like Slack, Spotify, Discord, they're all built using the Chrome engine, and running multiple copies of that just multiplies the effect. Because Apple makes Safari, macOS, the Mac itself, and even the processor that powers it, they're all designed to work seamlessly together for maximum efficiency and performance. And still, 20 years on, the Safari team has stuck to a strict rule that any new feature in Safari is only ever allowed to make the browser faster, never slower. Testing shows that Safari loads web pages up to 50% faster than Chrome. As for all the other apps, you can convert those to run on top of Safari instead of Chrome as well, if you're running macOS Sonoma. You can click there or the video description to read more. Number two, less ads and more privacy. Between AdGuard and Vinegar, two extensions that I consider absolute must-haves, I basically never see advertisements online. Google, on the other hand, makes a significant portion of their revenue from selling ads on the internet. Chrome's new extension system that they plan to roll out this year and replace the old one with next year heavily restricts and limits what ad blockers can do. And on YouTube, they've been experimenting with blocking people from watching videos if they have ad blockers enabled at all. And in order to target and show you those ads, Google tracks everything you do on the internet. Safari, on the other hand, keeps all your data and browsing private and secure. It automatically blocks all of the cookies that can track you across the internet. And when websites try to piece together who you are based on things like screen resolution and operating system and all these other factors they can piece together to fingerprint you, Safari gives them fake data so that they can't tell you apart from any other Safari user. And best of all these features are turned on by default, because they should be. If you pay for iCloud, you can turn on iCloud Private Relay. This effectively acts as a VPN inside Safari. It's another layer of security. Meanwhile, Google is facing a $5 billion lawsuit for not keeping your private browsing data private. Number three, everything is synced across all your devices. If someone sends you a link on your iPad, if you leave something important open on your Mac, you can bring it up from your iPhone on the new tab page. Just scroll down, tap Edit, make sure you have iCloud tabs turned on, and maybe while you're at it, turn off all the other clutter. So from here, you can open tabs on other devices, but you can close them too. From my Mac, I can clean up all the junk that builds up on my iPhone. That's not all though, because number four, you can organize your tabs into separate groups. From the tab overview page, you tap on this button on the bottom, create a new tab group, give it a name, and you can keep all these tabs separate from your other tabs. And best of all of your tab groups and all the tabs inside them will still sync across all your devices. If you're working on a project or planning a vacation, you'll open up a whole slew of tabs, but you'll be scared to close any of them because you don't want to lose your progress. Well, you can close the entire tab group and still pick up right where you left off on another device. In iOS 17 and macOS Sonoma, different tab groups can also be organized into different profiles. So you can have a work profile, a school profile, with a different set of saved passwords, and you can be signed into the same service using different accounts at the same time. Number five, when you use Safari, you have access to iCloud Keychain, Apple's system-wide password manager. You can save passwords in Chrome, but they'll only ever be in Chrome, whereas iCloud Keychain, your passwords work across all of the apps on your device, and they all sync across all of your devices. It'll autofill sign-in codes from text messages and emails. It'll autofill those two-factor codes that expire every 30 seconds. It'll even work with passkeys, which is the new password-free system that uses Face ID or Touch ID instead of typing in a passcode at all. Now, Apple does have an iCloud Keychain extension that you can install on Chrome, but it only works on Windows and macOS Sonoma. You have to manually seek it out and install it, and you have to override Chrome's built-in password manager, it's just so much more convenient using Safari on top of iCloud Keychain directly. So all I ask is that you give Safari another chance. It's a great web browser, and it really sings on the Mac. If you learned something in this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I have links to those ad blocker extensions and a few more articles on Safari in the video description. I'm Griffin Jones with Cult of Mac.